Do you want to work 40 hours a week for the rest of your life to make the CEO of your company rich? Do you get a thrill out of giving away your hard-earned money to the taxman? No? I didn't think so. It's so easy to spend your whole life miserable working a 9-to-5 job that you're not passionate about simply because it pays the bills. This book conveys an important mindset which, when properly learned, has the power to revolutionize how you see everyday opportunities and what you can do to change your financial future. The lack of financial education is why we hear stories of lottery winners going broke soon after winning, and celebrities and athletes who make millions of dollars a year filing for bankruptcy. This book will set the foundation for beginning to improve your financial intelligence. Robert Kiyosaki tells the story of his two dads. His poor dad, who despite being extremely intelligent, having a PhD and a great job, spent most of his life struggling and worrying about money. His rich dad, however, lived a life of wealth and abundance, despite the fact that he didn't even finish high school. So what exactly is it that the rich do differently? Why do the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Here are some key differences between the rich and the poor. Rich people buy assets. Assets put money into your pocket. For example, stocks or rental property, which bring you monthly cash flow, are assets. Poor and middle class people buy liabilities, which they think are assets. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. For example, a brand new car, which requires continued cost for maintenance and most importantly, loses value immediately after you drive it off the lot and will continually depreciate over time, is a huge liability, something many people don't realize. Rich people buy assets first and then let their assets buy their luxuries from surplus cash flow. Poor people buy things they can't afford with money they don't have. Rich people make their money work for them. Poor and middle class people work for money, which is unfortunate because it sets a limit on how much you can earn because we only have so much energy or time in a day. And lastly, rich people continually increase their assets by reinvesting their surplus cash flow in more assets. Poor people only increase their debt and liabilities. So how is it that the rich pay so little in taxes? Taxes were created to establish an equal playing field in society and help narrow the gap between the rich and the poor. The middle class are taxed before they get their income, which results in them paying as much as 50% in taxes. Since the rich are savvy, they are aware of tax shields and loopholes to avoid paying these taxes that the middle class end up paying. For example, the rich use corporations, which earn money, deduct expenses, then pay taxes. Middle class Americans earn money, pay taxes, then allot money toward expenses. The overwhelming message throughout this book is that money is a form of power, but what is more important is financial education. This is something that is not taught in schools, but rather something that most of us learn from our parents. And bad news, if your parents are poor and bad with money, you'll adopt the same habits in adulthood, unless you actively look elsewhere to understand financial literacy. And most importantly, change your mindset. Never say that you can't afford something. Instead, ask, how can you afford it? Instead of studying hard to get a job at a good company, study hard to find a great company to buy. Instead of playing it safe, learn how to understand investments and manage risk. Don't cast a wide net in investments hoping that something will succeed. Instead, focus on a few in particular to build wealth and achieve a yield that will truly change your life. And lastly, never be afraid to invest in yourself, even if it costs money. On his journey to grow wealth, Robert Kiyosaki spent thousands of dollars on books, seminars, information, all of which had a significant return on investment. However, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. If you choose to be arrogant and assume that you know everything and have no weaknesses to improve upon, well, then you'll never be wealthy. Anyone can achieve financial literacy and wealth. However, most people won't. Which one will you be? Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Make it a prosperous day.